Welcome to Brews with the Homies. This is your host, Brews with D-Bro. On this episode, we're going to be recapping the 420 event at BZ. We're going to be also talking about the roast at the new location at Boulder City. And then Joseph and I are going to talk about the marathon of a weekend we had with the boys. And then we're also going to be talking about Joseph's birthday bottle share at DTS. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on, man? It feels like a comedy club in here.
Fuck yeah, it does. You guys got the giggles right now. It's like the funniest thing ever.
I know, it's our first time testing out video like this with them, and they got the case of the giggles. So it only took us like 10 times to start this. So we're just gonna roll, and you guys can make fun of them.
Dude,
the people want laughter. The people want us to have fun, and this hand motion is nasty.
We're not used to being on camera, so you'll see us with our hands and talking and showing the beer. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But guys, 420 Fest, we had to get everyone. We had 10 people deep rolling.
Oh man, shout out to all the people that we met down there. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for stopping by, having conversations with us. Definitely 420. There were some casualties. We're gonna kind of say
not literally.
We're talking about people had a little bit too much to drink. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna let you guys speculate, but we're gonna kind of leave it like that. But from the event, guys, we were the first people in line. Shout out to me, James, and Nathalie for being the first people in line. Shout out to us. But how was the fest for you guys? Heron, I'm going to start off with you first, since you're a man that's of mystery.
All right, so here's the thing. I wasn't first in line. I showed up literally right when it started. Like 5?
Typical. I'm surprised you weren't late.
Classic fashion Heron.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
But the thing is, I knew how fast they got everybody in there, and that was the most efficient line I've ever seen. Because I guess they started handing out wristbands super early.
Yeah, they did.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was just perfect. It was coordinated really well. They checked everything.
Can I tell you, I love the wristbands that they gave us because it had our free shirt, our food, and our entry on there. So we were able to rip it off to hand it off. So we had a reminder. Oh shit, we had a food. Oh shit, we got a free T-shirt. So
pretty nifty way of doing it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
That was probably the most efficient getting in a festival I have ever seen. But sorry to cut you off here, and you can keep going.
Oh yeah, and then I hopped in there, saw a lot of usual faces since we have frequented beer zombies for the past year now, like crazy. So we knew a ton of people in there. It was just, the setup is always awesome. Tons of new beers to try that I have never tried. Lots of breweries that I've never tried too. So that was fun.
That was great. So out of the whole event, Aaron, I know there was a lot of beers to be had. And when I say a lot, we had a lot. What was the brewery or beer that stood out to you the most?
All right. So the let's start with the beer because it's from the brewery.
Yeah.
Solaris had this 3.5% smoked beer. Mm-hmm. It's such a fun beer, I guess, for them to brew, and it's just so different. And the style is just delicious. Some people don't like smoked stuff. Mezcal is the smoky tequila thing.
Okay.
But I loved that beer. It's so much fun. 3.5%, so I'm not going to get drunk, but still there were so many other things in there that I had, and you get a little tipsy. You can't drive at the end of the day. It's kind of almost the goal though.
Yeah, especially at a fest, you're going to be drinking the whole time, getting as much in as you can. But to piggyback off of what Heron said, Solaris was probably my favorite there too, surprisingly, because you had North Park, Humble Sea, you had a collaboration with Tripping Animals, you had just a vast amount of different breweries, you had Urban South, 450 North. So I did not expect Solaris to come in there and just swinging with the different styles. Delicious. I love their stout. I think they had a porter too, and then the smoked beer that Heron was talking about. I would put them at number 1. Second was North Park for me because I'm a fan of theirs already going into the fest. They had some really great beers, and for this episode, we brought on one of the beers that they had extra. So this one is called Wren Park.
Wren Park. We got it right here, fellas. Yep. Let's go ahead and get that beer out, actually. And actually, since we're doing a video, you can actually see the can.
Show you guys now.
So it's
and it's a collaboration with Wren House Brewing Co. So I got to try this before the fest. My boss went down there and was able to try some of their stuff. I had a collab, I think it was with them and Horace, which was really good. And when he saw that North Park released that, he's like, dude, we got to try it. So we tried it and it was phenomenal. So I was excited to have it again at the fest. And now that they had leftovers, I had to buy it and bring it on the recap episode. So here's
I tell
kind
you,
of the
this
look.
smells like a sweaty sock.
Before we
Oh,
do
man.
it, is it? I'm not gonna lie. Is it this one or is it this one?
It's
The
the one
more
that's
hazy one.
Yeah, the more hazy one, not as clear.
I think it might be that
Yeah, it
one.
might be that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll put it first.
Alrighty, fellas. Well,
Cheers.
virtual cheers, JB.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, boom.
I get like huge passion fruit on the nose. It's so crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and-
There it is. Definitely some very passion fruit taste to it.
And it's a hazy triple. So for being 10%,
Wait, that's a triple?
yeah,
No.
it's super drinkable, a lot of flavor. The aroma, you kind of get like a little bit of hoppiness, but you get a little bit of that kind of like fruity passion fruit.
Shit, it is a triple.
Yeah.
It's a 10%.
I was
It
gonna
is
check.
delicious. It has Citra.
Cascade, Incognito, Citra Cryo, and Mosaic, Matueca, and Simcoe.
Yup. And let me tell you, is this a beer that you guys would buy a 4-pack of?
Yes.
Yeah, for
I
me,
think
I definitely.
We had the option to over
Yeah.
at Warm Springs,
Mm.
and I only got one because I don't know. I think we shared one that day.
Yeah, we shared one, and we just have a shit ton of beer because I got to order the other day for my birthday. So I have so much beer that, we got to
Yeah.
limit ourselves a little bit.
Hey, you have to. You have to. So, James, this was your first time coming to the 420 event. So, like, what was the expectation? What was the highlights? Like, what are the things you took away from this?
Well, to be honest with you, the first thing was I hope I don't get gout after this event.
Yeah.
Me personally,
Wait, did you succeed in that?
I definitely succeeded in that. It's all thanks to you, D-Bro, that you gave us a pregame speech to Nath and I about not going too hard at your fest.
So the pregame speech went like this. We pulled up in the parking lot and I said, James, Nath, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. I said, enjoy it, take your time and drink, and don't try to keep up with Joseph and I. If you keep up with Joseph and I, you'll be in a load of pain. And he said, okay. And I'm glad you took my advice because I actually took my advice this year too. So it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
I think I did a lot more socializing for the event rather than drinking.
Yeah.
I was talking to Matt for like a couple, probably about 10, 15 minutes. And then I looked back, you guys were gone. So I went to do my own thing and I tried to find everyone else. And then they're going to another part again. But yeah, some of the guys' beers that you had, I wish I tried. I didn't try all of the beers, but
it was probably a good thing because you probably would have got gout.
Yeah, I definitely would have got gout. My favorite one was Urban South. I'm trying to think. I don't know the name of it, but it was
the triple spilled, the blue one. Yeah, like the the nice.
That one was my favorite one out of the entire festival. 8-Bit was also one of my favorite breweries out there. But yeah, they always have good stuff. But yeah, I mean that Urban South one was pretty amazing. That would be my number one takeaway favorite beer there.
So my next question is, would you want to go to next year's festival?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I would love to go. Yeah, my fiance would love to go again. That's we really enjoyed it. So it was cool to have that under our belts and get to experience that more. And then maybe drink a little bit more next time. I would have done that. But I think it was more for me, it was socializing and just getting to know everyone.
Hey, you were Mr. Photogenic over there, man. You were
I'm
taking
never
pictures with
photogenic,
Beer
but-
Snob. You were
Yeah.
taking photos with Matt. You took photos with us. Like that was the most I've ever seen you pose for photos.
I was just excited about it. And I was like, well, I want to enjoy it. And normally I never get my phone. And I feel like that's your guys' job sometimes. But
Yeah.
I just felt like getting some photos and actually showing like the outside folks that I hang out with what it's like to go to a beer fest, because they were excited and they were very intrigued by it. So hopefully after sharing some stories, I can get some more people to come with us next year.
Okay. So Heron, was this year worth was this year, would you want to go to it next year, or was this your last year?
No, I mean, it's just the experience there is great because it's 3 hours, sufficient time to have enough beer and, I mean, if you drink longer than 3 hours, or if you have longer than 3 hours to have drinks, you're going to be drunk the next morning, and that's probably not a good thing. That's
Yeah.
feeling.
Never.
So 3 hours I feel like is perfect, and then it's the proper VIP experience there. You have what, like 20 something breweries or something like
25.
that.
Yeah, I think it was
It
25.
was
Yep.
25.
Yeah, and you had what, maybe like I don't know, like max 200 people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
if it sold out, and realistically, like we had plenty of people serving beer too.
Oh,
So
dude.
Yeah, it for them increasing the number, that was like a concern maybe that it would be like too packed, but I felt like there was plenty of beer, plenty of options. I mean, the whole time being able to run around, talk to people, go back and forth. There was never like any long waits for beer. Besides when they did the special opens,
Yeah,
we
the
kind of
special
planned
opens
that
was a
really
was a
good.
lot, but I do gotta say though, it was a lot of fun for like all of us because I could tell like we all hopped in conversations. We were all like meeting new people. We were talking from people who listen to the podcast. Like the overall experience for me was just solid. Like shout out to Chris, shout out to the guys down there at Warren Springs for throwing that event because it's always a blast.
Yeah, it was just great. Shout out to Ryan too for taking great pictures.
Oh yes,
Mr. Sticky Boy.
our boy Ryan,
Boy.
Mr. Sticky Boy. Shout out to you on our photos. I actually BZ posted their photo dump on their main account, so you get to see a lot of photos that have us in them. You get to see a special appearance of Heron. We'll see if you guys can figure out what made a special appearance. I'm not gonna spoil it. We'll see what you guys think. But JB,
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead. What was your overall experience? You were the
well,
one that had a lot of fun.
I did have a lot of fun. So before I get into that, I just want to hit a couple more marks on the Wren House real quick. Kind of like what we were confusing as passion fruit is a mix of strawberry, blueberry, orange, and pineapple. So I think all those flavors together give it a very tropical taste, and they balance very well. I just wanted to hit that point. But overall, really like that beer. For the fest, just overall, such a great time. I was glad to see people there that came because of us talking about it on the podcast. That was really awesome. It was a great to just mingle with different people. God, I was in so many conversations, getting pulled over here, over there.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility for pulling you into a whole bunch of conversations.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun because, you know, for us, that's the whole point. You know, we want to talk beer, have fun, go back and forth with each other and with people. So it was just a great time. Just so many beer options. I liked this year that they had a lot of different styles because I think last year didn't have as many options in terms of variety. The only thing I missed was that I'll say I wish Horace and Brewhost was there because I think that would have been like that would have put it all the way at the top for me. I think that would have been beautiful and that would have made it like 10 out of 10 for me. I'd rate it probably about like a 9.5 because of the fact that we're missing just a little bit more of that like high-end beer that I would wish we could have saw. But other than that, I mean, the special pours, we planned it perfectly. If anyone missed out, you know, future advice for them is like plan that out, make sure you have friends to remind you and kind of like go the right way and just kind of put yourself in a position to get those pours because we made sure to plan it out. All of us got the pours that we wanted to, and we did a good job of that. So thank you, Chris. Thank you to Vinny and all the guys for throwing that event, making sure it went well, make sure we're all safe. I know everybody afterwards. I drank a shit ton. I call it my once a year purge. I went balls to the wall, especially at the end. You know, I got my competitive side in me. People probably egged me on or were talking a little shit. So I shotgun and I fucking downed another beer right after that. So
sorry. Yeah, that yeah.
Hey, it happens, but hey, that's the whole point. That's why you have good
Having
friends
fun,
to take
man.
care
You
of
got
you.
your money's worth.
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
money's worth. You have friends to take care of you, and you have your support system. So everything came out good. Hey, I made it out of the fest good. Okay, as long as you make it out.
He
of the
made
fest
it out
good,
the fest
it
good.
doesn't matter what happens after that.
Hold on. He made it out the gates good. Once he got into the car, that's when it went.
Hey,
But
it's
hey,
okay.
we'll leave it at that. We're not gonna expose too much. But before I give my take on it, we're gonna move on to the next beer. Joseph, we're gonna move to the Humble C1. Go ahead and introduce this bad boy.
Fog this. So you guys can see it right there. I was excited for them to come out. It's rare that we ever get North Park Humble C out here. So I was super excited to have this. Great beer, just a double dry hop foggy IPA. At 6.3%, it's hopped with Nelson, Eldorado, and Sabro hops. So super easy drinking. I'm excited again to have this. So
before we start drinking, Heron, what's the aroma that this beer gives you? Because you were sniffing it there for a little bit. So like,
Yeah, he was
what's
really-
percolating?
It's kind of hard to capture.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm not really getting much.
Oh,
It's not-
God
it's
dang
too
it.
loud. It's like
what happened? You
I-
dipped your nose in
I
it?
dipped my nose in it.
Oh,
classic.
nice.
See?
Did you get
Oh.
some then, buddy?
No, it smells
Oh.
like water.
All right, cheers.
Salute.
Yeah, there's not a huge aroma. For being double dry hopped, I'm surprised I'm not getting more aroma off of it.
Man, this is a very light beer. I'm surprised that this is a double.
we might
Like,
have.
No, it's a
lost.
regular IPA. It's just double dry hop.
Oh,
It's supposed to have more of that aroma to it. But what do you guys think? It's super light, like a little sweetness I'm getting, but nothing too crazy.
this is a great beer to be
Crazy
drinking when
berry.
it's 110 degrees out on the golf course.
Yeah, like I get a little sweet, but then on the back end, a little bit of bitterness. So
Yeah.
a little complexity there, which is nice at a 6.3%. I dig it. I kind of reminds me of the other Humble Seas I had, but most of the Humble Sea collabs that I had a little bit more of like two styles from the breweries and had a little bit more kick or punch to it. This one just seems like a nice classic, light, delicious beer.
I would like to have Nath try this because she's not a big fan of IPAs.
Uh-huh.
But this might be the one that gets her hooked.
I mean, I wouldn't say hooked. Hooked is a very strong word there,
Yeah.
buddy. But I would say-
Okay, the introduction.
Yeah, it's someone that's not really IPAs, but it's like, hey,
It's like
try-
a step up from like a lager or a pale ale that
Right.
might be like entertainable.
Yeah.
yeah.
So before I go ahead, Heron, I want to hear your thoughts because I feel like you got a strong opinion right now.
I really like this. So like you get all of the kind of actually you get all the aroma and kind of like flavor of the hops without the bitterness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we already said like it's not a strong aroma, so it's not a strong flavor, but like there's no bitterness there, so it's just so fun. Well, I mean there's enough bitterness to make it fun, but
Yeah.
it's probably like, super low bitterness because a stout
Okay.
it could be bitter, even a sweet
Yeah.
stout
Yeah.
has some bitterness in it.
Yeah.
It-
That's
it-
true.
It needs to balance it. Some stouts are way more bitter than others, but this I feel like it has just a perfect amount of bitterness in there to just be smooth, super easy drinking. Something that JB could shotgun at a fest and hopefully make it out alive. And
Yeah.
So the one thing I do got to say, we haven't had the famous rating from the man himself, and he knows who I'm talking about. So James, the famous rating, is this your take your clothes off good?
I would say the shirt's off.
The
The
shirt's
shirt is-
off.
Yeah, the shirt's definitely
What about the socks? Are the socks off?
socks are off, belts are off, but the shorts are still on.
Okay, so like you're like at the pool. Like
I'm
at
at
the
the
pool.
pool. Yeah, I'm at the pool or working on my tan on the golf course when the market.
Okay. Oh, okay. I can visual that. So we do got to shout out two amazing people. They pulled Joseph and I to the side here, and they said that we're the reason why they went to the festival. And and I ran into them after the festival. They got a keg, and I was happy for them. And they said that they had the time of their lives. So I'm gonna go ahead and have Joseph give them a huge shout out here.
Yep. So I met them when Vinny was working at Warren Springs. I was in there hanging out, and he recognized my voice, and he was talking to Vinny about Brews with the Homies. I was like, "Oh, hey, we do that." And he's like, "Oh, wait, JB?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I recognize that voice." And so we talked and hung out. I got him the shotgun. It was his birthday that day. So
Yeah.
appreciate you, Zach, for listening, and your wife. I mean, super awesome people. Just we had a great conversation.
Heck yeah.
They've been following. So when we saw them at the fest, they were like, we were on the fence, but they listened to we were excited. The different breweries going to be there. So just so awesome to have them be there and experience it with us. We talked to them for a little bit, and they got to go home with a keg. So just, hey, shout out to them for, listening, supporting us, and then going to the fest and having a good time, because to us, that means the world to share the experience with other people that are listening, because we just started this for fun, to just hang out and have a good time with the boys, with the homies. And now we got our girlfriends involved. Like, they're hanging out, they're going to the shares with us. And it's just a fun experience. And to have
Y'all's girlfriends
Yeah.
went.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
And a
yours is
fiance.
taking a break
and a fiance.
because she
Yeah. But I definitely do gotta
she'll
say,
get back into it one day.
once you guys listen to this episode, please DM us. We gotta have a bottle share at Warren Springs or whatever Beer Zombies locations close to you, because I would definitely love to hang out with you guys and drink with y'all. But I do gotta say, the 420 Fest this year was a lot of fucking fun. So Gabby, she was supposed to go due to some health issues. She's all good. She wasn't able to go and is not allowed to drink. So she made me take Danny, Tony's twin brother. So Danny drank for two people. He drank for Gabby and for himself. So Danny was a little sauced at the end of it.
Yeah. On the Instagram, you'll see in their photo dump, he's in the Celtics jersey behind Chris, and he just looks lost in the sauce. We should make a meme. He's like, "Please, sir, can you pour me some beer?" He just looks like a little lost puppy dog.
Yeah,
like,
little lost
"Please."
puppy dog. But shout out to Danny. Thanks for coming through.
No, we gotta give him shit.
We gotta
because
give
we
him some
love him.
shit. He's our little brother. So, but I do gotta say this 420 was very special because I got to spend this one really with you guys, and we got to meet a lot of people. And I do gotta say, North Park and 8-Bit were by far my favorite ones. 8-Bit had the Cheech and Chong. Oh, that was phenomenal. Shout out to Beer Zombies for dropping the shirt. It was a must cop. I had to. It was, a little 420. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
If you don't, just take a look at what type of national holiday is. But the beer was great. The vibes were high.
Yeah.
The special beers were really special. But the one thing I do have to say is that you can tell the difference from out-of-state beer from the local. And the local breweries, besides Beer Zombies, y'all need to step it up. I hate to say it, but y'all need to step it up, because these California breweries, these out-of-state breweries, man, they got us beat hard. And I would love for Vegas and Henderson, Boulder City, North Las Vegas, Prim, wherever you are at brewing, I would love for y'all to step it up. And I want us to beat California as breweries, because let me tell you, I found myself more to the out-of-state and Beer Zombie side more than I did the local side. Shout out to the guy at Honey Badger. We had a good conversation.
Yeah, Castro.
Yeah,
Thank you
Castro, for the conversations.
Yeah.
We actually ran into him at your beer share at
Yeah.
DTS.
And
I had a
Warren
great
Springs
conversation with him. We also had a great ass time just drinking, telling stories. I mean, this was the first time we actually all had a chance to like hang out and drink and not have a worry in the world of, hey, what time do we got to go? Hey, what is this? What is that? Like, this was a great event to socialize. And shout out to all the people that I met, and shout out to Ulysses. Yeah, he is the guy that was a home brewer. He gave us a can to try on the podcast, and he was comparing himself to Monkish. So when we do the side-by-side comparison, we're gonna have him on that episode, and we're gonna do the side-by-side comparison, and we're gonna be a critic with him. And he told us not to hold back. So Heron, I need you to bring your A game that day.
Yeah, so like for anyone that puts themselves or says the Monkish word in terms of, like, that's a huge leap of faith. That's like one of the best beers on the West Coast.
Yep.
A brewery that just constantly puts out amazing beer time after time. So it'll be awesome to see what he has, and if it's not up to level, at least we can hopefully help him out, give him good feedback. But also I want to shout out, because you talked about a little bit with 8-Bit. We've supported them for a long time. We've traveled down there.
We've done it
so
all.
Many trips to pick up beer from them, but they were super loving. I had my 8-Bit hat on in the pictures, and you'll with the Brews with the Homies pin. And we were talking with them, sharing stories, sharing good beer. We got to have master plan and can before they even dropped it, so that was fun to share with you guys.
That was so good.
I had it on tap before today too.
Do you guys remember it at all, Heron and James, or did you guys not have it?
Was it the one that they did the beer drop for?
Yeah, it was the black can.
It was the black can.
It was a new one coming out that week.
He came up to us.
I think
it was like a pomegranate sour. It was like their
classic
8-Bit sours that I love. So before the podcast,
awesome.
I stopped at Dean Martin to grab some food and a couple cans, and they actually had it on tap. So I got to drink it again. God, it's so good. It reminds me of like Sky Architect, those other great sour
So
IPAs they had.
It's really funny that you mentioned the Sky Architect because was it the head brewer was there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the head brewer was
Yeah, I
there.
was telling them all my
And
favorite ones.
I was telling him, I was like, bro, I was like, the Sky Architect. I was like, you guys got to bring that shit back.
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
my
dude,
favorite from
I
them,
was like,
hands
yeah, I
down.
was like, you guys absolutely killed it. You guys did phenomenal on that. And I was gassing them up. I
Yeah.
can't lie.
Oh
I
yeah,
was.
it's like one of our favorites. They have such a unique style with that sour IPA line that they do. And we even got their little like marketing board that had the cans that they were pouring at the fest, and they gave it to us. So it's up in the podcast room. We'll have pictures with it and stuff. So it's awesome.
So maybe
really
maybe next week's episode when we do another test video, we might have to bring that out and show everybody. But before we continue on to the next beer and continue the following things,
because we'll switch to the roast, but let's get this beer going.
hold on. We'll get to the beer. Hold on. I got to say something.
Okay.
JB and I on Friday, we'll get this out the way
Okay.
because it's just you and I on this one. JB and I have a hell of a time picking golfing duos, and we've been in some crazy ass weather. We pick when it's fucking the windiest, we pick when it's raining, and this past week we went to an Indian reservation when it was torrential downpour, super windy, and
cold.
hail. Surprised there was no lightning or thunder. Surprised. And, you know, Joseph has always said, Dustin, you play your best golf when it's fucking the craziest weather. And I played my best golf, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I do got to say we're going to do it again. I think that's what we're doing for my birthday, boys, and my birthday's on Saturday. So, James, you better go take that day off.
So, yeah, it was just a fun time.
I'll request it with my boss.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to send you the date tomorrow so you can do it now.
Okay. That sounds perfect.
But yeah, for some reason, every time Dustin and I go by ourselves to golf, no matter what the forecast says, it's supposed to be 80 degrees, perfect weather. And then when we get there, rain, wind, everything. And it was so bad. It was like 40, 50 mile per hour.
Dude,
gusts,
everybody
hail slapping us in the face.
Everybody on the golf course besides us took
yeah, they just went inside to wait it out.
Yeah, they went
Or,
inside
like,
to wait
rain
it out.
checked it.
And I feel really bad because it seemed like everybody left their balls behind.
Yeah.
And JB and I were like, ooh, Pro V1, mine. Ooh, Callaway.
And then we were
mine.
like, oh, wait, these are
And-
their balls. So we're like, let's put these back. Oops, my bad. We're just taking the ones that were out of bounds. But
but it was just like the funniest thing because we're like,
what
ooh,
the fuck is this?
yeah, what the fuck is this? Ooh, nice ball. Ooh, I need that one. Ooh, I lost one. Let me take this one.
But I mean, for how windy it was and how crazy it was, we played really good.
Hell
I was
yeah, we
very
did.
surprised. Like, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we stuck it out because we played that round in like 3 hours. It was so nice to not have to wait on people.
So for everybody at home that's watching the video, this is a stout that Mr. Heron brought. So Heron, do you want to talk about this or do you want JB to introduce it?
So, well, I went to go travel to Pure Project. I believe it was the first time I was at Vista, and they
Okay.
had this. It was the only bottle they had of it. Doesn't have a price on it. You know, it just, I don't know what the hell, but it's the only bottle. I go ahead and grab it. The art looks tight. Like, I'm just gonna, I don't know, keep that bottle some random place. It's
You
called
got to.
Dualite. I believe it's WeldWerks and Pure Project collab.
Yes.
It's a
Yep,
stout.
yes, it is. This is what it looks like. So, because when we're on talking and video, you guys can see it. Boom, right there.
Pretty dope can. Or bottle, my bad.
Well, I was about to say,
It's a
James.
can.
I was about to say, James, did you have
My
one too many?
apologies, my brother. It is a bottle.
So, okay, but hold on. Before we all cheers it up, Joseph, I'm going to have you describe the
Yes.
aroma on this one. You got a nose for it, so go ahead.
Oh, like very chocolatey. I love it. It has like a nice, like chocolatey, like sweetness on the nose. Almost kind of smells like a banana because we've had a couple Pure Project banana stouts. I don't know exactly what's in this one yet, but kind of reminds me of like a sweet chocolatey, maybe a little banana, but not exactly sure. Heron, what's in this one?
I have no damn clue, dude. But that
I'll
head
look it
is,
up.
like strawberry looking. Like it is. I don't know. It could be my
Oh,
writing.
with the red. Yeah, maybe with a little bit like
That's
a
right.
redness.
The little tint of red.
Yeah, I'll double check on Untapped. real
Well,
quick.
while he's checking, let's go ahead and cheers,
Cheers it up.
boys.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
I wanna sip this thing. I know JB's been wanting to drink this thing for a minute.
I know I've been telling him like, hey, I kind of want this one. So
Holy
chocolate vanilla. That's all it has.
This is fucking delicious.
That's a really
That-
good stuff.
I want to try it on ice cream, man.
Oh man, it's just so smooth. There's not a lot of
Hey,
bitterness.
hey,
It's
James, I got a
sweet.
question for you.
What's up, buddy?
You got ice cream here?
I'm sure you want me to go check real quick.
After the episode.
We'll have to do it after the episode because there's still
Oh.
quite a bit in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
So it's rye whiskey barrel aged stout with chocolate and vanilla.
Wow,
Really
that
done
is really
very well.
delicious.
You get a little bit of that heat too, and that's what just makes it so cute at the end.
Yeah, it's
oh
just-
my
it's-
goodness.
It does.
Yeah, that little heat just kind of reminds you that, hey, we aged it in these rye whiskey barrels, gives you a little bit of heat. Like, man, well done. Man,
Hey.
we might have to start getting some WeldWerks
Hey.
collabs.
Hey, hats off to the boys at Pure. So James, I'm gonna ask for your famous rating. Is this streaking or what is this?
Take your clothes off, good.
The shorts are off this time. I'll keep the box.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So it's almost perfect.
almost perfect.
It's all, dude. It is so good though. I mean, if I had ice cream, maybe we'll circle back to that one.
Like maybe you would probably like one of the like a pastry stout. Like if it had just a little bit more sweetness or something like
Yeah,
to
for
remind you of like
Yeah.
a creaminess. It needs like I think that's what would make it perfect. For you.
So-
You need a little creaminess. to it.
So James, me and you might need to grab a scoop of ice cream to have this with because after you said that, I'm like,
I'm very
So
intrigued by
good.
it. When I taste it, I go,
Yes.
I just thought of just having some ice cream with it.
so fellas, let's talk about the roast.
Yes,
We got a
sir.
chance to get a sneak peek at the family and friends roast of Chris at Beer Zombies, and it's at the new location, Beer
Yes.
Zombies Boulder City. And Heron, what did you think of the location? What did you think when you first walked up and walked into that place?
Yeah, so I've been there before because it was another brewery beforehand, and I thought it was a great location at that point in time, especially with summer coming around. Like people always go to Lake Mead,
Yeah.
literally on the way to Lake Mead if you go in that direction, which most people do. That's just where you go. Tons of I guess small homes and kind of looks like a retirement place. There's a gun range over there. Love the location. When I walked in, it looked completely different though. Everything was kind of like, I don't want to say like upscale, but I guess it was like it
Yeah.
looked really nice, and it was all black inside, like painted black. It's way different from any other beer zombies because they're usually like metal.
Yeah.
Metal, stainless steel. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
like
I agree with that. That's what surprised me because it's like a upscaled, like more fancy beer zombies. Like you get the kind of vibe that it's gonna be like the best of all the locations in one. Like Vinny's gonna put his personality and touch into it. It's gonna be like that special spot. The way they have it set up, you could do the indoor outdoor vibe, like to be able to be dog friendly. Just the like patio area is beautiful. You got food trucks there. It's gonna be a blast.
Hey, fellas,
What's up?
I think we might have to do a bottle share there.
Oh yeah,
We
for
might
sure.
have to do a full horse trailer hideout takeover like we did last time. Because that location is like perfect. The outside, the indoor, like JB was saying, like when we first walked up, it's literally right on the corner on like the main street of Boulder City. And that, like, I can't wait to end up being there. I can't wait to see what they end up doing there, if they have food or if they're brewing out of there. We'll see. But I'm excited. Heron, what did you think of the roast? Like, was it something that you were expecting, or was it something a little bit different?
I mean, it's pretty funny because like you know those apps that like put your face on like different videos and
Yeah.
whatnot. That was what was going on, and Mr. Maryland Mob was just, I don't know, like talking shit, but like also being like a good friend. I don't know. It was like it looked like a cute interaction that you'd see like where they're just like hanging out at home and talking a little friendly shit, and it was pretty funny. And they were pouring a shit ton of beers for us too. Like we were taken care of beer wise, and we're out in Boulder City, so we're like, hey, you know what? We got to drive home. Like,
Yeah.
we be drinking like wild.
Yeah, I'm glad
but-
that like we carpooled and like set up situations so we could take the
So,
time we need.
I thought the whole event was cooler than shit because they brought out bottles to share, they brought out cans. But
Needs, everything.
I think the best part of the whole night was the 6 cans that we got that were specially labeled with Chris on a whole bunch of things. And they actually threw some shade at our boy Vinny too, which I thought was hilarious. Just to kind of give you an idea, one of the cans was Chris on Tiger King. So, and if you don't know who Tiger King is, look it up on Netflix or on Google. You'll see who it is. You'll be like, oh, okay. So,
but yeah, we'll post pictures of the episode too. So if
Heck
you can
yeah.
see, because we have all the cans. The event overall, just we didn't know what to expect because like there wasn't a lot of details on it. It was more like it's a limited event, 24 spots. Let's see how it goes. Like we were like, okay, we're gonna go into it and see what happens. Especially after the fest, like a lot of people were kind of like, okay, probably wary of like to go back to back, but I'm glad we all did because it was like that extra time for us to just chill, and it was so beautiful just that we could all relax, have beers, and we didn't have to like go like search out conversations. That we're just sitting, having a good time, talking with everybody. The Maryland mob roasting, like showing videos. He posted it up on the Instagram too. So it was just a
they're
fun
on TikTok too.
Yeah. And it was just a fun environment because it felt like just like a nice family and friends event. We got to see the location early. We got to have personal conversations, see Chris. See
We also got our photo taken with Chris and everybody.
Yeah, we had a
down there,
nice picture. So just to share all those beers, they were going with meads, stouts, like different styles from multiple breweries. It was just like a personal collection share. Shout out to The Answer Black Ninja for always coming through with a special bottle.
Oh, and thank you for my bottle opener too. I got 37 out of 50. It has MF Doom on it. Thank you guys for having that there because I was really excited. I was hoping and praying that I was able to get that, and I did. I do gotta say, James,
What's up?
You're the legend.
The what? The legend of what?
You're the legend. You somehow, some way decided to pull up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At the roast, and I appreciate you for showing up because you are the legend for that.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I was able to do that. It all worked out, and I'm just glad I hung out with you guys again.
Yeah, it was great because they provided food. We got to just drink so many beers. Vinny was coming around like, here's some more, here's some more, here's some more. Have fun, guys. And then people started at the end, like even after the roast, we just started mingling. So we were walking around talking to people. People were popping bottles of different stuff. And we had
that Urban South bottle.
Oh, yeah. So we had the Urban South bottle of one of the cans we had for their anniversary. Oh, man. Delicious.
Man,
I'm going to see if I saw that picture.
That thing was so delicious.
My favorites from there was their big, the bottle share of Chubby Hubby.
Yeah, Chubby Hubby.
Oh, my God.
It had some glitter in there.
No, so actually, I think they said gold. Like whatever gold, like something that they put in there. Yeah, it wasn't glitter.
So, hey, James,
it was fancy.
James, we can't talk about the Golden Knights. We're eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, we'll do a whole nother segment on that some other time.
Yeah. So, Mr. Heron.
Oh yeah, here I got the picture of it. It was the Bahama Mama float. It was the collab with Mortalis, Urban South, and Imprint. Fucking fire. So good out of the bottle. I don't know why. Like out of the can it was good, but out of the bottle it just tasted extra special. I don't know. Even Heron was like, that shit was baller. So good.
We're gonna touch this last topic. On Monday, JB threw a bottle share for his birthday at DTS. And let me tell you, we had some banger beer and we had an all good time. And JB, let's just talk about some of the beer that we had that you brought and that what else did everybody else bring?
Yeah, so shout out to Ryan for sending that up with me and spreading the word. We had Bruce Clues come through. We had Quinn come through. He brought a very special bottle, which was amazing because I wanted to try it so much. Pliny the Younger. Oh man, delicious. It was like a better version of Pliny the Elder, just a little bit sweeter, a little bit smoother, like right up my alley. So that was delicious. We even had, we had so many great beers. Brought some from Fit-Ins, Root and Branch. I brought those because I wanted everyone to experience that. Brought a side project, Cuvée beer. It was kind of a blend of some of their favorite like Saisons, farmhouse ales. That one was incredible. So I'm glad I got to share that with everyone. Shout out to Tiger for coming through after his San Diego trip. He brought a shit ton of beer for us to try.
Oh, dude, he brought growlers. He brought bottles. He brought everything.
Oh my God. So we had 2 crowlers from Half Door that were awesome. We even had a Pure Project because he had some of the new Pure Project that just released. And then we kind of finished up there. We had a great time. We left there about 9:30. Then we went over to Warm Springs. Pat was down there. Shout out to Pat for just holding it down, man. We went in there and we were just like, we're ready to party. So he was just pouring it up. We were sharing left and right. It was like power hour for sharing beer. So we went through like another 8 cans and a half a growler there in an hour. And then, of course, shout out to Mr. Honey Badger himself, as we say. Castro, thanks for sharing that honey oat cream IPA, the Honey Badger with Baja Brew House.
Ooh,
so that was
how
a fun
was
one.
that?
Oh, delicious, super sweet, creamy. We did Underberg challenge. We had like 10 people do it. So, hey, to the guys at the bar, you're champs. I'm glad we were able to share with you, but sorry you lost. I mean, I know it's your first time. Like, we felt so bad,
I was
but
a nice guy to figure out what's going on with them, and they're like, I'm like,
Yeah.
we lost. And they go, what?
yeah, I was like, oh no. I was hoping they wouldn't lose. I was like, anybody else could lose. It'll be fine. Like, we're having a good time. But hopefully they enjoyed the beer we shared with them. They were cracking open some too. So, hey, it was always a good time. So appreciate everyone that came out and, to support Ryan, his wife, you guys. I appreciate you all, my girlfriend, Gloriana. So thank you to everybody for making that fun. Special time. It was just a jam-packed week. Golf twice, did all this fun stuff.
Like I said, it was a
great time.
fucking marathon for JB and I, because you guys got to think about this. Wednesday was 420. Thursday was the roast. Friday we went golfing. Saturday we went golfing with Heron and Danny and Prim. And then Sunday we went out to your parents' house
and did a bottle share
and did a
there.
bottle share there.
And then Monday we went to another bottle share.
We went to another bottle share. So like Tuesday was our rest day, and we are recording this on Wednesday. So like we're
back at it.
We're back at it again. So like we literally had one rest day. And like to you NBA players that take rest days, fuck y'all. We drank for like 5 days straight.
And I still hit the gym multiple days. So hell yeah.
But before we close this off, James, since you're finally on the episode you missed out on 2 weeks ago, or no, last week. Congratulations from us. Congratulations from everybody. We're happy for you. We can't wait for the wedding and your bachelor party. I can't
Golf,
wait.
beer, fucking breweries up the ass. Let's go.
Well, I'm going to announce here too, and this is the breaking news. You guys are going to be part of my groomsmen party.
No fucking way.
Shit.
So that's the breaking news for you guys. I wanted to say it on the podcast, but since you said that, we've been planning out the last couple of days since the engagement, and I've chosen you three to be part of my.
I'm coming down there to give you a hug.
Wait, we're not in the same house. What are you talking about?
Let's go. Let's run. Here, I'll go with him.
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot.
Well, hey, I get the first
Oh,
hug.
you get the first
Oh,
hug.
hell yeah, dude. I don't even know what a groomsmen party is.
Oh,
It's a
dude,
You're the best.
Snap. Thank you, buddy. Love you guys.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, we're coming back.
Get your ass over there. Close the door.
Yeah, where you going?
All righty, so we're back. Sorry, we had to go down there and hug our boy. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up here. If you didn't tune into last week's episode is ball or what is it?
Ball talk with the home.
Ball talk with the homies. Shout out to Kay. Thank you for coming on again. Like I said, whatever you're drinking, tag us on Instagram at BrewsWTH. We'll repost it and we'll share what we're drinking with you. If you want to come, if you're down in Vegas and you want us to come down to a bottle share or hang out with you, just DM us on Instagram. We'll set something up or plan something. But until next time,
Peace
later.
out, guys. Later.
Later, guys. Cheers.